How many neighborhoods can we fish in before winter arrives? Hello, my name is Jennifer, and welcome to part 21 of my Rags to Riches Fishing Edition Challenge. And if you are returning, welcome back. And there's been a couple of changes. It's now Wednesday afternoon. I ended up having some more yard sales, which I'll show here, and we completed the making money aspiration by selling the dragon fruit seltzer that we had crafted. And of course, we only had dragon fruits because we caught them fishing early on at Magnolia Promenade. And we are now in Pendula Views, which is where the goths live. And there is actually 3 fishing spots here, but one of them, where they are currently fishing, does have those little glows. So they are both fishing with bait. Serena she's using trash fruit, which she only has so much, so I'm not sure how long it's going to last. And I can't remember what I had. I think garlic is what I asked Rex to fish with as his bait. Neither of them seem to have fish. I must have taken them out and put them in the cooler, which I don't know if I brought it with me because I don't know. I was thinking about it. It's not from what I can see in Rex's inventory. And of course, we're getting late into fall. It is a Wednesday. Well, she caught nothing very special. But, and tomorrow in the game is Harvestfest. So they may end up taking that day off, and I may show a little bit of that. But, you know, I might also skip a lot of that because, you know, we're trying to get through the rest of the fishing spots in all of the worlds, including, of course, the new San Sequoia. But I have played there in a different save and actually started in winter because I've mostly been like summer and it wasn't frozen in winter. So I think we can go fish there in the winter. But we do need to get through Willow Creek. So this is our third neighborhood in Willow Creek to fish in because we, you know, really our fourth, because I wasn't even counting the fact that we fished in the community district a couple of times. We have fished at the park, I believe, a couple of times. And then at the end, I think at the last part, maybe, we were fishing over at Sage Estates, which is where Oakenstead was, or is. In this world, because I haven't got rid of Oakenstead yet, and where the Spencer Lewis Kims live, or whatever their name is. And it also had like a glowy sign. So we've had some good spots in Willow Creek. I'd have to say that they are pretty good. And then we have 2 more neighborhoods, Courtyard Lane, which is where the pancakes live. So we definitely haven't fished there. And Foundry Cove, which is where the Sylvan Glade tree that where the tree that you access Sylvan Glade is. So we have fished there, but we've not really focused on fishing there. So I thought we would obviously hit that one just a little bit too, because I don't even know that I was looking for like the glowy signs. Right now I'm just sort of hitting every neighborhood and seeing if they have any signs that have any glows. And then if they do, then I'd be more inclined to fish there a little bit longer than if they don't. But so far, I can't say they have had anything too special that they've caught here. But just so we know, so they are here, and this spot with the glows is actually behind the goth. But this is my renovated version of the goth house. And then there is fishing over here. But as you can see, there are no glows with that one. And then over by where the empty lot is here, there is fishing over here. And again, I don't see anything. Caught that a little bit. No glows where that is either. And I think that's it, that my recollection is. Of course, you could go, if it's in season, there are plants here behind this building. I don't know I'm not going to harvest any of them anyways. They are in season, but we weren't here. So nothing's going to be ready to harvest because we weren't here at the right time. So there's apple trees. I think there's a pear tree. Yeah. And then you might have noticed there's rose bushes. And then out of season is it is in season. Snapdragon. So it's a good spot. Bluebell, which is out of season. And more snapdragon. In case you're curious, strawberry bushes. It's a lot harder to get this stuff with seasons and just to change to the gardening that they did. So, and of course there's this park area here. So I'm trying to remember for Drifter, I think you live on this lot when you adopt 3 kids and then have your heir. Because I remember being beside the park, I'm pretty sure. And of course they are over here and someone else is over here fishing too. We got electronic upgrade part. So Obviously, we're just kind of doing this for the fun of it as opposed to anything else. And she's got island luck, which I can't say is helping very much here. Maybe it would help better if we were fishing in the island, or maybe it helps better if you're like digging for treasure. I have never fully explored that. So if you have played with the spirits that come and then you can get things from them and you get island luck, have you got anything special? And if so, what was it that you did that let you get something special, i.e. was it like hunting in the sand or digging for treasures in the sand or whatnot? Because I think even we've tried fishing and I don't think I've found that it's helped. Even we've tried fishing over on the island, like in the Sulani. I can't say I ever noticed anything special. And I definitely am not really seeing anything too special here. They haven't even caught any really good fish. Like, they've caught no treasures. So, I mean, the best thing they've caught is this electronic upgrade part, but even that's really not that great. So, I think we're gonna, let's see what he caught before I was gonna say, we're gonna head to another plate. Well, he didn't catch it. That was a false alarm. Is she gonna get something? Or is that another false alarm too? They look like they have little happy thoughts in their head. So, we're gonna head somewhere else because we want to get through this and see how much we can get to in this part and before winter. So, I'll be back. So we are now in the neighborhood where the pancakes live, which is Courtyard Lane. I landed in on the empty property here. There are 3 fishing spots in this neighborhood, but none of them have the sparkle. So I have them just angling for big catch. Maybe they'll catch something that'll be good for bait. She caught a bonefish. We're not going to hang out here very long because I didn't see any spots with the sparkle. So here is this one, which is by this empty lot. And then over here, I kind of think this might be a good spot to catch the catfish, like when we were struggling to get catfish, because it is a river. So, and that's where catfish are supposed to be caught. So you can see this is one spot here. There's the pancakes, and there is another spot over here. And there's like good collectibles. You can get, dig spots and some frogs. So it's not a bad neighborhood. And yeah, so we'll let them fish for like maybe a sim hour, see what they catch, and then move on to the last neighborhood of maybe we'll fish for here an hour. I don't know. I'll see if I have the... She's caught a few things. I guess he's caught a couple of things too. And he's got a call coming in. Do you canoe? Really? I don't know. I'm gonna hang up. Maybe I should have said yes. I've not had that one before. We got some interest, obviously, from completing the fortune aspiration. I would expect his should come in pretty soon. Okay, we're going to head somewhere else. Nothing really here. Also, no little bubbles, like the little glows. Glows, I should say, not bubbles. So I'll be back. So Rex did just get his money just before I started recording. And we are in the neighborhood. As you can see, there's the Sylvan Glade tree. But this actually has a little glows at the spot that's by that tree. The other 2 spots, which I'll just show you briefly in case you haven't seen them, they don't have the glows. So I came over here. They are fishing with bait. Again, they didn't really have very much fish, so I didn't see the point. I find it's better, almost more productive if you have a bunch of the same fish in your inventory because they'll like blow through it, for me at least. So she is fishing with blueberries, and I think he's fishing with mushrooms because I gave her blueberries to Rex. So they're fishing here. Let's see if they have any more luck in this spot. Oh, what's that you caught? There's that interest that he earned. You got a plumbing upgrade part. So here's the tree. I've actually placed my edited version of the park lot that I have usually in the Mount Comarebi, the neighborhood that has actually the fishing. So, and this is normally a residential lot. And then here is their one spot there. And then there is another spot there. So those are the 3 spots. So actually, in general, I'd say Willow Creek, apart from the last neighborhood, all of the residential neighborhoods seem to have one spot with like a glow sign, which is pretty good. Can't fish here in the winter because it tends to freeze over, which is why we're trying to get through this. And I think we'll leave Brindleton Bay for like another day when we go in the daytime. Or maybe we'll go to one spot in Brindleton Bay before we have to get home, because I'd like to be home before our garden grows, because it's Harvestfest, so I'd like to be home for that anyways. So maybe we'll go head out to one of the spots. We'll fish here for a short time because it has the glows. We might leave around midnight, maybe. Keep an eye on that. Somewhere around that time. Though I can't say they're having a lot of luck, even with the glows. But then they're not really fishing with fish as bait. And that might be more helpful if we were. Though they're catching some fish. Nothing really too exciting, but maybe for the next spot weekend, like I've seen she's caught a couple of trout and she had at least one trout, so we're catching quite a bit of trout. We could use that as bait because we'll have a bit more. Like I just find with one trout, it's just they go through it so quickly and then they're fishing without bait. So, oops, my goodness, I didn't realize I was so busy because I'm going fast. Okay, you know what? Let's just let them finish and we won't go anywhere else today. Because we caught tree fish, and because I missed that sort of midnight, I'd rather go and spend a little bit more time at the spots in Brindleton Bay. So we'll probably end up going there most likely. Well, we'll see how tomorrow goes. Maybe I'll get them through their things they need. Oh, look, it's freezing here now. Hopefully, because maybe we should try and go there tomorrow. We can always change the season. Like, that is something I can do. I know I said I wanted to do because I would like to, because we only really have Brindleton Bay left to fish in before the winter, but given it's already cold here, it might be cold there too. So he ran out of all his mushrooms. So now he's just fishing. He could angle for a big catch for the show. Oh, no, you can't. He can't even fish. So we're just going to take them home. And let's hope that when we go to Brindleton Bay, it's not freezing. But I'll be back. It's Harvestfest, and I was actually going to skip showing the Harvestfest activities, but I decided to get the new gnome that comes with growing together. You can see it right here. And I had Serena try and give him coffee. Well, he didn't like that. So we're going to try and plead for forgiveness and see if we have any luck. I don't think that's working. Oh, it did work. Okay, so I don't know what that gnome likes, because of course that's not on the little cheat sheet of gnomes, because he didn't exist when that cheat sheet was done. That was like when seasons came out. So I failed this time, but luckily he forgave her. So I guess we'll see whether he drops any seed packets. I actually hadn't noticed this bunny one dropping seed packets, so I went and bought. That's why I bought another one, and then I found one that was missing that I couldn't see anywhere. So anyways, let's just, before they go head out, get them to open presents together, and then they are done, and hopefully it's not cold in Brindleton Bay. Otherwise I might have to, if I'm going on a lot that's not a residential lot, place down a weather changing machine, or maybe they'll just go fish in a warm world and we'll just change the seasons just because it's getting to the end of fall. So it may not be that successful, but it was cooler here, and now that it's the daytime, it's warmer, so it might be that it'll be okay. So she got a Maple coffee, which I think we already have, and I haven't put it out because they don't have a lot of room, they don't have a lot of counter space. And I don't know what he got. I'd rather put that out anyways. Even though we still don't have a lot of room. I could expand their house and make it like the final tier, like the biggest tier of the tiny home residential. And so we're going to see if we can go fishing in Brindleton Bay. If we have any luck and it's warm enough, then we'll fish there. Otherwise, I'll be back in another location. So we're here in Brindleton Bay, and we're on the island with the museum, and there is one fishing spot with the little glows. So they're both fishing with bait. Both some fish, but they don't have that much because once again, I forgot to bring the cooler with me. And luckily, it's only cool and not freezing, so I didn't need to place a weather changing machine, at least for now. So we'll see if they catch anything. I think she's fishing with trout, and I can't remember, koi maybe, is what I told him to fish with, because he didn't have very much, but I did. We caught a rainbow fish, and I think he already has a rainbow fish, so I might give him another, so when he runs out of bait, which I'm sure he will do soon, I might have him fish with a rainbow fish, because I think that'll be his possibly third one, because I think he maybe had one, and I gave hers to him to give him two. So we got some bass. Oh, what did we catch there? We caught catnip. Do we have catnip? I don't remember. I would have thought not, because we haven't fished here yet, and I'm probably getting confused with my offline save where I was doing it. And I have fished in Brindleton Bay because I've fished everywhere with them except for, of course, the New World, because they had finished everything before the new pack came out. Oh, we got tree fish, and he ran out of koi, so he was fishing with koi. So why don't we try just having him angle for a big catch for now? And so it was interesting that they could continue to fish even though it was frozen in the other world. But I couldn't tell them to fish anymore, but they were able to keep fishing when we were there because it got... So I'm guessing we can't stay out late because it probably gets cold late at night. But I'm liking fishing in this spot because we have... When she finished, she ran out of trout. So let's see. She has a salmon. She has some bass. So why don't you go fish with that bass? There you go. Instead of nothing. And I think he's still fishing. Or he's angling for a big catch, isn't he? Yeah. Hopefully she'll fish with her bass for bait and see if we catch anything good. I have caught a gold bar when I was fishing with my offline. Yeah, we probably don't want to stay here too late. Because I probably want to at least hit one more. Oh, we caught a sturgeon and a treasure map. I don't remember which neighborhood I got. It might have been here that I caught my gold bar. So it'd be kind of fun to catch. I mean, obviously they don't need the money because they, made the money fishing in Salvadorada and catching the treasures. That was where they made really a lot of money. And she ran out of bass. Well, why don't you, if we're going to stay here, why don't you just angle for a big catch? And I guess we'll probably go head out somewhere else very soon. Since we didn't have any luck and we didn't catch a gold bar, which would have been fun. It was always fun to catch that. It's always fun to catch things that are, different and unique. So, okay. I think caught some sturgeon. So not a bad spot. And this might have been where I actually caught it, but it doesn't matter. We're going to head somewhere else so we can get through another spot before this day ends. So I'll be back. So we are here now in the only neighborhood that only has residential lots, I should say, which is where the 64 by 64 lot is. And I'm not actually sure. I can't remember what the neighborhood. It might be Cavalier Cove. I think that's where it is. And there is this spot with the glows, so we're fishing here with bait, one with tree fish, the other one with salmon, because that's what we had like the most of anything. So Serena's with the tree fish. And what has he caught here? So there are 3 fishing spots. So he caught a plumbing upgrade part. This is the one with the glows, and it's like this pier area, which you can actually travel to the lighthouse there, which is where the museum is, where they just were actually. So I could have used that option to come back. And then there are also like this fishing spot here and this fishing spot here. And of course I'm inclined to always fish with the little glows. So I can't say we're really having a ton of luck fishing with these spots in this part. Can't say they've caught anything that special. But, yeah, so we'll just go fast and see if they can catch anything, because I think this is the only spot we're going to get to before we go home, and then we'll be going out and fishing the other 2 spots. So we caught some tree fish, or a tree fish, not some tree fish, and she ran out of her tree fish, so, and it's not cold, so since we're going to stay here, I'm not going to bother fishing. Well, maybe we'll fish with bait, some plants, like some type of, we have lots of apples, we'll fish with apples. And then hopefully she shouldn't run out of that and she can keep on fishing for a while. It looks like a tuna. Yeah. Yeah, but they haven't caught anything really interesting or fun, I'd have to say, so far. We caught some fish. And yeah, I haven't actually ever been able... I think it's just kind of luck, to be quite honest. So he didn't really catch anything. I can't say using that salmon was worth it. I don't think he got anything that great. So, and he's caught that tree fish with nothing because he's out of bait. So we're going to scrub-a-roo. And we're not going to have him fish with bait. We're going to just have him angle for a big catch. Hopefully he's successful. It looks like he was because it already showed that yellow for being dirty going away. Are you going to do that angling for a big catch before we have to go home? That would be good. And she caught electronic upgrade part. So yeah, nothing really too spectacular. Unfortunately, maybe when they come back and go fishing tomorrow in the other two neighborhoods, they'll have more luck. That would be very good. Yeah. So we'll just see. Oh, we had a host with the most. We did. So these holidays count for these social events. So if you do okay with them, then you can get that. She got a barely better digital camera. So since we can fish here, we'll just fish until like 4:30ish, and then I'll take them home, get their harvesting and stuff like that, and be back when we're back out fishing again later. So looks like nothing special. And she got another kitchen. She got another upgrade part. So yeah, I can't say we caught a wellness treat. Okay, well that's good. If we had a pet, that would be good. I don't think they're worth that much, but I'm gonna take them home. And I'll be back when we're fishing again. So we're back in Brindleton Bay, and we are in the neighborhood with the vet clinic and the Pupperstone Park. And there is another glowy spot here. Yay. And from what I could see, there looks like there's only 2 fishing spots. This one, which has the glows, and I didn't notice any with the other one. And this is called, I'm trying to look at my little notes here, Sable Square, I believe. We were in Cavalier Cove last. That's where, I can't remember what their name is, but we caught a future cube. Sure, go ahead. Maybe I should be having that social aspiration on, because then I can answer, and I think that counts for that from what I've heard. I've never actually done that aspiration. All the aspirations I've started and worked on, that's one that I really haven't done. So I again forgot the cooler. I actually put everything in with the idea that I was going to put the cooler in one of their inventories right away, and then promptly forgot. So we don't have any with us. We're just angling for a big catch with one of them, and the other one, I think Rex is fishing with. Oh, it expired. Didn't sell that. Not that they need the money at this point. And I can always relist it. We gotta, again, tree fish are good. I think you need these. And is that Mayor Whiskers? Yes. And we'll stay here for a little longer, and then we want to make sure we head to the other spot so that we get this. It's the last, I think, of the cold worlds. Like the worlds that get cold in the winter is what I mean by cold worlds. So let's just take a quick look. We'll let them, I'll go not fast. I'll just go on a normal speed so they can continue to fish. And if you come in at the Pupperstone Park, which is over here, which is where they came in at, and there is fishing right down here. And yeah, I don't see the glows. I don't think. It looks like there's glows here, but there's not the actual, like, the multicolored glows here. But I'd have to say there's an angler. There is so maybe it's different and it's actually here versus on the sign. I don't know. Makes me curious to fish here. But I don't think we'll do it here this time, because we're not really. I mean, we're catching tree fish and sturgeon and rainbow fish, so they're good fish. But, nothing spectacular. And, like, this looks like it has rainbow fish here. And like I said, we did see the angler fish. But, of course, we need to be catching bass. But because I really did bring fishing with bass, but because I really did intend to bring the cooler, I had, like, taken everything, all their fish, and put it in the cooler. And then, like I said, I forgot that next step of taking the cooler. So I think we're going to head over to the final area and see if we have any more luck there. And like I said, that'll be it for, like, the world. We have to worry about it getting to be winter. So we're in the final neighborhood of Fisherman's Wharf. Again, it has a sign with the little multicolored sparkles. There is one other fishing spot that I saw. We caught a bass. He's just angling. Oh, he's catching with fish. He's fishing with bait, but it's basil, I think, and she has a couple of tree fish, so I had her use that. The other spot that I noticed was also down here, and it doesn't seem to have those sparkles. I don't know. We haven't really been having very much luck with them. I have had good luck with them other times, but not really. No, she caught the tambaqui. So we're just gonna go real. Oh, look, and I do see the angler fish and red-tailed shark. So it does look like there's some pretty good fish here, but we're just not having any luck. But we're also not fishing with bass, which I think is the one that catches. We're catching salmon, yay. And we'll just let them fish until, you know, this part ends and see if between now and she ran out of tree fish. So, and it's not too cold, so let's actually just have her switch to angling for, you know, why don't you fish with your tilapia and see. So we'll just see if they catch anything. I'll just fish with them and be back when they're finished and we'll sort of suss out what they got. So I can't say I was that impressed with what we caught. She ran out of her bait, so I had her just angling for a big catch, but she did catch some rainbow fish, some sturgeon. Just you see up there, you can scroll. I'm scrolling so you can see what they caught. Nothing too spectacular. He caught metal. I would have rather him catch a crystal because he still needs that final crystal because I wasn't on that aspiration when he did actually catch that crystal. But so we've hit all the worlds that we needed to before the winter came, and we'll focus on the rest of the spots hopefully in the next part. But that's actually going to be it for this part. Likes and comments are always appreciated, and they really help with the algorithms. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!